Welcome to History's Arena. Today we are going to talk about motorcycles. But more specifically its origin, how motorcycles developed, and the significance in today's era. A motorcycle is more than just a machine, it's a symphony of power, freedom, and raw emotion. Imagine a sleek, two-wheeled masterpiece, its engine throbbing with untamed energy, ready to unleash a world of adventure with the twist of a throttle. This mechanical marvel isn't merely a mode of transportation, it's a living, breathing entity that ignites the flames of passion within those who dare to straddle its saddle. From the moment you swing your leg over its graceful frame and grip the handlebars, you're engulfed in a sensation that transcends mere words. The vibrations beneath your palms resonate with the pulse of the road, as if the very earth is whispering its secrets through the rubber of your tires. With each twist of the accelerator, you become one with the wind, slicing through the air like a bird in flight. But a motorcycle is more than just a means of travel. It's a gateway to freedom, a vessel for escapism. The wind rushing through your hair, the scent of the open road, and the sound of the exhaust note singing a primal song, these sensations are an intoxicating elixir for the soul. Riding a motorcycle isn't just about reaching a destination, it's about the journey itself. The feeling of liberation as you leave the mundane behind. Yet, a motorcycle is not just an inanimate machine, it's a companion that listens without judgment, a confidant that understands your need for solitude and reflection. It's in the moments when you're alone on a winding mountain road, or parked beside a shimmering lake, that you truly connect with the essence of a motorcycle. It becomes a conduit for introspection, a canvas upon which you paint your dreams and desires. So, when you gaze upon a motorcycle, remember that it's not just a piece of engineering, it's a vessel for your emotions, a conduit for your dreams, and a key to unlocking the boundless adventures that await on the open road. It's a symbol of freedom, a reminder that life is meant to be lived to the fullest, and a testament to the enduring human spirit that yearns for exploration and connection with the world. Although the first person to put a motor on a bicycle must have seemed crazy at the time, the motorcycle has found an enduring space in the public imagination. Spanning 3 centuries of development and fascination, its beginnings were almost too humble to predict the monster machines that crowd the motorways today. The very first, non-commercial vehicles that could be designated as motorcycles were made between 1867 and 1881, in France and United States, and they used steam as their main source of propulsion. Like something out of a Jules Verne novel, inventors such as French bicycle manufacturer Pierre Micos and Louis-Guillaume Perrault simply fitted a small steam engine to a velocipede, basically any modern bicycle forerunner, and tooled around town burning their legs on hot steam and hotter dreams. Steam engines came in both the alcohol and coal-burning variety, and it's frankly a mystery how anyone managed to stay atop one. The Daimler Reitwagen or the Einspur was a motor vehicle made by Gottlieb Daimler and Wilhelm Maybach in 1885, which uses the gasoline-powered internal combustion engine. It is widely recognized as the first motorcycle. Gottlieb Daimler is often called the father of the motorcycle for this invention. Even when the steam-powered two-wheelers that preceded the Reitwagen, the Micos Perrault and Roper of 1867 to 1869, and the 1884 Copeland, are considered motorcycles, it remains nonetheless the first gasoline internal combustion motorcycle, and the forerunner of all vehicles, land, sea, and air, that use its overwhelmingly popular engine type. German engineers Hildebrand and Wolfmuller pipped American and British manufacturers, including the Excelsior Motor Company, Royal Enfield, and Indian Motorcycle Manufacturing Company, US, to the commercial post by introducing their eponymous internal combustion model in 1894, which was also the first model to be referred to as Motorrad. But they only produced a couple thousand bikes in total and couldn't keep up with their larger counterparts. The First World War saw an increased interest in motorcycles for war communications, and at one point American manufacturer Harley-Davidson, founded in 1903, had devoted 50% of its output to the war effort. Messengers on motorcycles became a more familiar sight than those on horseback. In 1901 a British company, Royal Enfield, produced its first motorcycle. Designed by Bob Walker Smith and Frenchman Jules Gobiet, it is launched at the Stanley Cycle Show in London. The 1.5 horsepower engine is mounted in front of the steering head and the rear wheel driven by a long rawhide belt. Another British company, Triumph, which had switched from bicycles to motorcycles in 1902, got in on the action with its 1915 Model H, often considered the first modern motorcycle. The Triumph Model H had no pedals and a reputation for reliability, essential in the midst of combat. Harley-Davidson became the largest manufacturer of motorcycles in the world after World War I, thanks in part to its wartime profits. Manufacture from all nations ramped up as peacetime citizens became even more interested in the machine, and the better the technology got, the faster the bikes went. Another world war saw motorbikes in combat, and later gave rise to a new culture where motorbikes were used for recreation and to project a certain lifestyle. Motorcycles were being designed to cater to an image as well as a function, and they got bigger, meaner, louder and faster than ever before. In 1949, the Vincent Black Shadow, produced by the British Vincent Motorcycles as a sports-orientated model, gained, and held onto for 24 years, the land speed motorbike record of 125 miles per hour. While American and European manufacturers dominated the modern motorcycle field for close to a century, the Japanese took a fair share of the market after the Second World War thanks to their low-cost, high-performance models. American and European firms suffered from talent drain and higher costs, and today Japanese manufacturers such as Kawasaki and Suzuki dominate the industry, despite many enthusiasts' loyalty to more traditional brands. In the 21st century, the motorcycle industry is mainly dominated by Indian and Japanese motorcycle companies. In addition to the large capacity motorcycles, there is a large market in smaller capacity, less than 300cc, motorcycles, mostly concentrated in Asian and African countries and produced in China and India. A Japanese example is the 1958 Honda Super Cub, which went on to become the biggest-selling vehicle of all time, with its 60 millionth unit produced in April 2008. Today, this area is dominated by mostly Indian companies, with Hero Motocorp emerging as the world's largest manufacturer of two-wheelers. Its Splendor model has sold more than 8.5 million to date. Other major producers are Bajaj and TVS Motors. Coming to the technical aspects of the motorcycles. Motorcycle construction is the engineering, manufacturing, and assembly of components and systems for a motorcycle, which results in the performance, cost, and aesthetics desired by the designer. With some exceptions, construction of modern mass-produced motorcycles has standardized on a steel or aluminum frame, telescopic forks holding the front wheel, and disc brakes. Some other body parts, designed for either aesthetic or performance reasons, may be added. A petrol-powered engine typically consisting of between 1 and 4 cylinders, and less commonly, up to 8 cylinders, coupled to a manual 5 or 6-speed sequential transmission drives the swing-arm-mounted rear wheel by a chain, driveshaft, or belt. Motorcycle fuel economy varies greatly with engine displacement and riding style. A streamlined, fully fared Matsuzawa Honda XL125 achieved 470 miles per gallon in the Crate Veta Fuel Economy Challenge on real highways, in real conditions. Due to low engine displacements, 100 to 200 cubic centimeters, and high power-to-mass ratios, motorcycles offer good fuel economy. Under conditions of fuel scarcity like 1950s Britain and modern developing nations, motorcycles claim large shares of the vehicle market. In the United States, the average motorcycle fuel economy is 44 miles per gallon. Very high fuel economy equivalents are often derived by electric motorcycles. Electric motorcycles are nearly silent, zero-emission electric motor-driven vehicles. Operating range and top speed are limited by battery technology. Fuel cells and petroleum-electric hybrids are also under development to extend the range and improve performance of the electric drive system. A 2013 survey of 4,424 readers of the U.S. Consumer Reports magazine collected reliability data on 4,680 motorcycles purchased new from 2009 to 2012. The most common problem areas were accessories, brakes, electrical, including starters, charging, ignition, and fuel systems, and the types of motorcycles with the greatest problems were touring, off-road, dual sport, sport touring, and cruisers. There were not enough sport bikes in the survey for a statistically significant conclusion, though the data hinted at reliability as good as cruisers. These results may be partially explained by accessories including such equipment as fairings, luggage, and auxiliary lighting, which are frequently added to touring, adventure touring, dual sport and sport touring bikes. Trouble with fuel systems is often the result of improper winter storage, and brake problems may also be due to poor maintenance. Of the 5 brands with enough data to draw conclusions, Honda, Kawasaki, and Yamaha were statistically tied, with 11 to 14% of those bikes in the survey experiencing major repairs. Harley-Davidson's had a rate of 24%, while BMW's did worse, with 30% of those needing major repairs. There were not enough Triumph and Suzuki motorcycles surveyed for a statistically sound conclusion, though it appeared Suzuki's were as reliable as the other 3 Japanese brands, while Triumphs were comparable to Harley-Davidson and BMW. 3/4 of the repairs in the survey cost less than $200, and 2/3 of the motorcycles were repaired in less than 2 days. 48, in spite of their relatively worse reliability in this survey, Harley-Davidson and BMW owners showed the greatest owner satisfaction, and 3/4 of them said they would buy the same bike again, followed by 72% of Honda owners and 60 to 63% of Kawasaki and Yamaha owners. Two-wheeled motorcycles stay upright while rolling due to a physical property known as conservation of angular momentum in the wheels. Angular momentum points along the axle, and it wants to stay pointing in that direction. Different types of motorcycles have different dynamics, and these play a role in how a motorcycle performs in given conditions. Motorcycles must be leaned in order to make turns. This lean is induced by the method known as countersteering, in which the rider momentarily steers the handlebars in the direction opposite of the desired turn. This practice is counterintuitive and therefore often confusing to novices, and even many experienced motorcyclists. With such short wheelbase, motorcycles can generate enough torque at the rear wheel, and enough stopping force at the front wheel, to lift the opposite wheel off the road. These actions, if performed on purpose, are known as wheelies and stop pies respectively. Motorcycles continue to hold significant cultural, economic, and practical relevance in the 21st century for a variety of reasons. Efficient urban mobility. In an era where traffic congestion is a growing concern, motorcycles provide an efficient mode of urban transportation. They can navigate through congested streets, reducing commute times and offering an alternative to cars for short-distance travel. Environmental impact. With an increasing focus on reducing carbon emissions and combating climate change, motorcycles have evolved to be more fuel efficient and produce fewer emissions compared to some other forms of motorized transportation. Electric motorcycles are also gaining popularity, offering an eco-friendly alternative. Economic benefits. Motorcycles often cost less than cars, making them an accessible option for people with limited financial resources. They are also cheaper to maintain and have better fuel efficiency, which can save money in the long run. Personal freedom and adventure. Motorcycles symbolize freedom and adventure. They allow riders to experience the open road, explore new places, and connect with nature in ways that cars often can't. This sense of freedom and adventure remains a powerful draw for many enthusiasts. Recreational and sporting pursuits. Motorcycles are a cornerstone of recreational activities and sports. Whether it's motocross, superbike racing, or simply leisurely rides on scenic routes, motorcycles offer a unique way to enjoy the outdoors and engage in adrenaline-pumping activities. Cultural significance. Motorcycles have deep cultural significance, from the rebellious image of the biker to their inclusion in art, literature, and cinema. They have a rich history and a strong presence in subcultures around the world. Ride-sharing and delivery services. In many parts of the world, motorcycles are used for ride-sharing and delivery services. They provide quick and efficient means of transportation for people and goods, contributing to the gig economy and enabling businesses to thrive. Community and camaraderie. Motorcycle communities and clubs continue to thrive, fostering connections and a sense of belonging among riders. These communities often engage in charity work, events, and group rides, creating strong bonds among members. Innovative technology. The motorcycle industry has seen significant technological advancements, including the development of safety features like ABS, anti-lock braking system, traction control, and advanced ride assistance systems. These innovations enhance safety and rider experience. Customization and personalization. Motorcycles offer a high degree of customization, allowing riders to express their individuality through their choice of bike, accessories, and modifications. This personalization adds to the emotional connection riders have with their motorcycles. In summary, motorcycles remain relevant in the 21st century due to their practicality, economic advantages, environmental considerations, cultural significance, and the unique sense of freedom and adventure they offer. As technology and society continue to evolve, motorcycles will likely adapt and find new ways to meet the changing needs and desires of riders. In the end, a motorcycle is not just a machine of metal and rubber, it's a passport to a realm of emotions and experiences that stir the very core of our being. It's a portal to a world where the ordinary fades into the rearview mirror, and the extraordinary unfolds with every mile traveled. As you park your motorcycle after a thrilling ride, as the engine's gentle purr transforms into a whisper, remember that it's not the end of a journey but the continuation of a profound connection. It's the quiet moments spent in the company of your trusty steed, sharing stories only the two of you understand. It's the camaraderie with fellow riders, a bond forged through a shared love for the road. A motorcycle is a reminder that life is meant to be experienced, not just observed. It's an embodiment of freedom, an expression of your spirit, and a testament to the indomitable human desire to explore the unknown. So, cherish your motorcycle, for it's not just a possession, it's a piece of your heart, a source of exhilaration, and a symbol of the extraordinary life that unfolds when you dare to turn the handlebars and follow the winding road of your dreams.